Hey guys, we're going to talk about rounding numbers, but instead of using the number lines today, we're going to use just a simple rhyme that's going to help you do it a little bit easier probably, okay? So let's see. The rhyme that we're going to say is find your place value, look next door, 5 or more, let it soar, 4 or less, let it rest. And I'm just going to do a few examples to kind of explain to you what that means. So, number 1, it says round 582 to the nearest 10. So, according to our rhyme up here, you find your place value first. So, my 8 right here is in my tens place. So, all I have to do is look next door. If this number is 5 or more, then I'll let the tens place soar. If this number is 4 or less, then I'll let it rest, so I'll leave it alone. So since 2 is less than 4, I'm just going to leave this 8 alone. So this number rounded to the nearest tens place is 580. Now you don't just leave this number off, the ones place value, you have to put it or it changes your number. That's the biggest mistake that I've seen people make, is they just kind of leave that off. Okay, let's do one more. Round 7,896 to the nearest thousand. So you've got to look at your number, find the thousands place, and I always circle mine because I know that I've got to either leave this number alone or this number is going to become one more, and then everything after that number is going to be a 0. So if I'm rounding to the thousands, I found my place value. Look next door, so next door would be right there. It says 5 or more, let it soar. 4 or less, let it rest. So the 8 is 5 or more. So it means I have to bump this number up to the next number. So 1 more than 7 would be 8,000, because all of these numbers after that place value are going to become zeros. So really all we're doing is you're asking yourself, is 7,896 closer to 7,000 or closer to 8,000? And of course it's closer to 8,000. And we can do that on the number line too, like we talked about earlier this week. Okay, round 3,493,562. I said that number wrong. 3,493,562 to the nearest thousand. So I'm going to find my thousands place, which is my 3. Look next door. If it's 5 or more, you let it soar. If it's 4 or less, you let it rest. So 5 is 5 or more. So it means I have to let my thousands place, because that's what I was rounding to. I have to let my thousands place soar. So I can't get rid of all this. I have to keep it, because if I just throw this part away, it totally changes the value of my number. So all this is going to stay the same. 3,490. Now I've got to bump this one up because this was 5 or more. 494,000. And then all of these become zeros because I was rounding to the nearest thousands place. Okay? Round 627,502 to the nearest 10,000. So I'm going to look at my number. This is the ones, the tens, the hundreds, the thousands, the 10,000s. So I'm going to circle my 10,000s place. According to my rhyme up here, I found my place. I'm going to look next door. So look next door, that would be 7. If it's 5 or more, let it soar. If it's 4 or less, you let it rest. So of course 7 is more than 5, so I have to bump this one up. So now it's going to be 630,000, and I'm done because this 3 was in my 10,000s place. And there you go. We'll look at some more examples together.